Hello everyone, how's it going? It's Chatbot Doctor here. Today I would like to show how to create good and eloquent characters in c.ai or crushon if you are using crushon. Personally, I prefer using crushon over c.ai because there are some key differences that are more appealing to me on crushon than c.ai. I will get into details later. But for now, just let you know that both c.ai and crushon uses the same infrastructure. So you can take these tips I'm going to show you and use them in both at c.ai or crushon, whichever you prefer. So first things first, let's have a look. This is the character I just picked randomly today. Um, and she has like 50 million interactions, chats, and 8.2 likes, which is quite high. But when I look at this character, she is Ellie Williams from the video game Last of Us, I think. Um, she is like, first of all, this chat is greeting is very short. When you are writing your characters, um, try to write a longer greeting because the character follows your style when they are responding to the user, whoever they are chatting the character. So if you write short on the greeting, they will also reply short. But let's give it a go. For example, let's try, "Hello, how are you, Ellie?" So if you write it like that, this is just conversation. If you want to add your interactions, your gestures, or maybe even your feelings, you can put asterisks like that and say, for example, I want to say, "I look at her face clearly and smile politely. You seem hurt." And then we can continue talking, yeah? Yeah, as you can see, she reply very short. Um, but if you create a chatbot that is the greeting is longer, then most likely she will also reply longer. There are other ways to make your chatbot reply longer, which I will explain in a bit. Um, but first, let's start with the basics, yeah? So when you create a character on c.ai, it asks for a name. You can use a photo, a tagline, description, greeting, and definition. Apparently, you can also add voices. I never tried it, so I'm not sure. Um, Immediately, what strikes me here is description is very short here. Um, so as I said, I use um, crushon, and in crushon you have no limit on descriptions. But of course, if you write too long, then the bots will have a very short memory, and they will start forgetting things when they are talking to the users. Um, you can, as far as I know, you can use example conversations on definitions to define your bot more clearly, to make them respond the way you want them to. But if you are a new user and creating a new bot, I suggest you to don't do that for now, because that's for very specific context. What I will suggest you to do more if you are a new user is give them a very defined personality. Um, for example, let's create a character right now, and I will show you from scratch. This is the character I'm working on. She's a fire mage, I am creating this character on Conf.ui. If you guys want to know how you can generate your own images, there are a lot of guides on YouTube, but if you want me to explain, I will explain them too. Just drop down a comment and I will guide you how to create your own images. But for now, I'm not gonna do that. This one looks fine, but I wanna choose my I want to choose a different one. So let's create. Use this one. Let's save it. Let's go here and let's. So this is PNG. So we first need to make this JPEG. So it will take less space. So let's make it save as a copy. Let's say it Azure. That's gonna be her name. Right. So JPEG. There you go. Alright, now let's go back to c.ai and add our photo, upload, let's go crushon, it's gonna be here, Azure, there you go. Alright, so we uploaded our character photo, right? So let's make her name, Azure. Azure is her name. So tagline, let's say anime, like anime girl who uses magic, who uses fire magic to vanquish her enemies. Oh, okay, we can only use 50. Never mind. Anime girl, fire mage. Let's just leave it at that, yeah? Alright, so description, how would the character describe themselves? So let's say char, oh, I think we can put this on definition. As I said, I am more experienced in crushon. So let's say char, so char is the shortened for character. Char name is Azure. So this is the first thing you need to write, yeah? So her name, if it's a one character, or if it's a multiple character, you can say char is two people, and then you write down their names, yeah? So first name is Azure, the second name is whatever you gave the name of the other character. So char name is Azure, female, 22 years old. So that's, let's leave it at that, yeah? And then the second uh, paragraph, we say user is Azure's, let's say, rival. So the user in this context is gonna be her rival. And then let's write her basic characteristic, right? So once you use char name is Azure, you can start using her name when you are describing. Let's say Azure personality, or let's first define her appearance. Appearance, you can do it like that, colon, and then you can put a curved bracket here and then start defining her appearance. So you can say 170 centimeters tall, 52 kilogram weight. Let's say height and weight. Yeah, let's go with more coherent. So weight, golden eyes, because that's how our character looks like. Crimson, long and straight hair. white skin, um, pitted frame, anything else? You can say like, um, for example, big eyes, small nose, cute face, like that. Yeah, so you can add any physical appearance details you want to add. And then after that, you can add her clothes. For example, I designed my character to have like a top bikini, bottom small leather shorts. You can add at the beginning of the clothes, say she usually wears top bikini. Um, Make sure to use comma, obviously. Bottom small leather shorts. Um, Black pantyhose under, and she always makes her hair ponytail. Right, so this is our physical appearance, and then you go down and you can actually write her description here, right? So just to be safe, let's write it here as well. Char name is Azure. Um, and you can also add char refers to user as her rival. Or you can just say rival, otherwise she might say her rival. And comma. So you can say here description char name is Azure. Azure is energetic and tsundere. Let's say actually separated Azure personality, and same if you do it like this in curly brackets, it will help the LLM to act on the personality better, in my experience anyway. Energetic tsundere, um, energetic tsundere, animated tsundere, animated, friendly, passionate, hero personality, um, protects the weak, text, protects the weak, allows starting fights. Well, starting fights, romantic, like that. So you can add more. I'm just keeping it short just so you know. But I will tell you, this is better than focusing on example conversations. Don't bother about that. Just focus on the personality and give as much as detail as possible as how her personality should be, how the bot's personality should be, and leave the rest to the AI. If you are starting new, this is better. Once you get more comfortable creating personalities and characters, then you can focus more on like example conversations, like how did you want them to reply in a certain context, right? But for starters, you don't have to do that. So this is just all you need. And at the bottom, we can keep going in here, I guess, as your background. Let's say her background is coming from a wealthy family. Um, she is one of the best fire mage in the land. You can also like go down like this. It will help AI to read better. So this kind of small tricks actually helps AI to understand the character better. So try not to write everything in one sentence basically. Always separate things with comma and go one line down basically. One of the best fire mage in the land. Um, she knows her rival since her childhood. This is another trick you need to keep it in mind. You don't want to use too much user in your character descriptions. Otherwise, the character might start talking for the user. You don't want to do that. You don't want AI to take actions for your character, right? So once you define who user is, so we define the user as her rival, you can just refer as like rival instead of saying user in curly brackets all the time, right? You don't have to do that. Since her childhood, comma, let's say Azure likes her rival. Um, um, their competition is always friendly and in good spirit. All right. And here, another things you have to keep in mind. We can continue from here since we have very limited space in here, which I don't know why, but okay. Um, so we can continue here. Since we write personality and background here, we can continue here with the her likes. So you can write as your likes here, and you can once again put it in brackets. So important things about likes, not every likes you put here will be reflected in conversation, but some of the stuff will do. For example, food will come up. If you ever talk about like eating something together or doing something together, the bot will say, oh, let's go eat this. They will either refer to their favorite food or user's favorite food. Depends on the context really. So let's say she likes spicy food. Um, oh, another thing. Let's say she Azure is from the land of let's say Storia. So Storia is the imaginary land we created, yeah? So that's our hometown. All right, that's it for now. So let's continue here. Spicy food. um, let's make her a little bit greedy. Let's say she likes money as well. So try to define characters a little bit multifaceted instead of just focusing on like one thing. Oh, they are a good person, so they always do good things. Instead of that, give them some unique stuff. Like here we created like a hero type of character, but she likes money. She likes to make money. She likes to earn stuff. Yeah. So try to get creative as much as you can. It will help defining character better. Food, money, um, kind people, defending the poor, let's say, yeah. Um, okay, that's it. Let's say Azure dislikes. Let's continue here. Let's say she doesn't like sweets, um, doesn't like greedy people. Well, we can actually do it like this, yeah. So greedy, rude, and arrogant people. Um, perverts, Bum, bum, bum. And bum, bum. Perverts. And let's say long lectures. Let's also say water magic. Since she likes fire magic, she doesn't like water magic, right? Let's add here fire magic. Let's actually say learning fire magic. And actually it'd say fire magic too. So let's repeat it a bit. Alright, so we added likes, appearance, background, personality. Alright, so this is the basic template you need to know. However, you can also add custom rules uh, to the bot. So if you add custom rules, the bot will perform better. And I will show you the type of custom rules that I use, and you can use the same template if you want. So for example, this is a character I created in Crushon. She is a very vanilla character. Um, Nothing like too fancy about her, but I like her. She's a very cute character. Let's say edit character. And if you go to here, for example, I write system rules and system rules. So I'm just gonna copy here the system rules, copy, and gonna paste them, not here, here. So we can go, so system rules, the system rules always go to the bottom. So always, you should definitely use this one. Always write using casual, modern, contemporary language, and always use proper spelling, syntax, grammar, and punctuation. This will help your bot greatly. So this is Lana is the other character, so you change the name, yeah? So respond as Azure in first person limited perspective, incorporating her rich inner monologue in the narration. Um, so this is like a special condition I create, so you can actually change this. We can say Char will try to initiate a spar with her rival when they meet. Yeah, so this is a system rule, unique custom system rule we created. So this one is for inner thoughts. I will explain this in another video probably. That's a different thing. So another one, always include Lana's gestures. So we're gonna use this as Azure again. Azure's gestures, actions, and body language in narration. Uh, Char responses are long and detailed, as I mentioned before. This is the other thing that you can add to your system rules, and that will make responses longer. And another rule that you should always add this one, this is very important. The user's response style never influences Char's response style. So this is very important. And the last bit is never include user dialogue, thoughts, feelings, actions in Char responses. That's also another one. So these are the custom rules that you have to add. And then after that, you can decide if you want to keep your definitions private. I always keep mine private. I don't want other people to read it. And greeting. Now we came to the important part. For greeting, since we define like a fire mage, let's first set up a scenario where a fire mage can exist, right? So I already have a world prepared, so I'm gonna based on the character on my world. Um, so at first in the greeting section, if you put the asterisk, you can define the character's actions. You can also give some narration to the plot, yeah? So we can say, for example, in the land of, or let's start like this. You are from the land of Arcadia, of might. Arcadia, it is a land with might and magic. There are many monsters roam about. and including many spellcasters, knights, and different races. You grow up in a small town of Storia, and your childhood friend turned out your childhood friend and your rival turned out to be a great fire mage. You always keep it friendly, but there is a competition between the two of you. You finally meet with your rival. So after many years, and she seemed to be excited to see you. Azure enters the inn you are currently living at, and as soon as she sees you, she approaches your table and gives you a smirk. So, so we write our introduction um, to the story, and now we can talk for Azure. Yeah? So we can say, let's do it like that. Char, pum pum. Let's do it like this. Well, well, well. Look who is here, my long lost rival. Couldn't believe I ran into you here. Let's give her more actions. Azure put her leg on the stool next to you. She grown so much since last time she saw you. Let's try it again. If you put it like this with underscores, it will make it bold, right? And then, as I said, the character will follow your greeting formula, and will carry on from there. And let's say she adjusts her long crimson hair, pull a strand behind her back, and smiles at you. It has been such a long time. Let's see, or I say, care to do a duel like in good old times? She says playfully, waiting for your response. So, like that, we basically created like a very basic bot, and I am curious about how she's going to behave. So let's go. I'm not even gonna hide it. Let's just do it public. Um, oh, before we do that, actually, let's add additional rules, world rules, because we are running a custom world, right? So let's say world rules, and let's use it in curly brackets again. Land of Arcadia is a land of magic. You can add any rules you want in your formula, even the imaginary ones, and AI will follow it as you write, and it can fill in the gaps of your world. Is a land of magic. For example, I want to say this land follows everything in Dungeons and Dragons setting, so I'm going to add that here. This land follows every principle from the tabletop games, Dungeons and Dragons. Every magical monster, magical items, and magical items and places are follow the same principle. It is a medieval high fantasy setting. So if you say stuff like that, it will incorporate the setting of medieval high fantasy, right? Like that. And like before, you can also separate these into paragraphs, which will make it easier for AI to follow. Like that. So let's see. This is my first time creating a character in c.ai, so I'm also curious. As I said, I basically create characters on Crushon, which uses the same infrastructure. So I'm assuming this will be fine, but let's see it. Character created. Oh, actually, it didn't happen. All right, so let's edit the character. Pum pum pum. Let's edit it. So it actually didn't follow the char formula here on the greeting. So instead of that, let's just write Azure, which will be fine. All right, let's do it. Save and chat. Oh, wait, what? Edit. Oh, I don't understand, but let's delete them. Let's delete them completely. Save changes and save and chat. Okay. Okay, so where's my character? Pum pum pum. All right, let's go. Whoa, it didn't work. Why it didn't work? Let's edit it again. Edit. Interesting. Didn't work. But that's okay. Let's talk to her normally. Interesting. Let's refresh it. Azure, it's been a long time. I say, I don't want to say honestly, I say politely. Oh, I say genuinely. Genuinely is the word I was looking for. As you can see, even we made a mistake on our response. As you can see, it's using the same formula, right? So it's actually using it wrong, but it is using it, right? So keep that in mind. And even though we write very short, she again writes longer, longer than us, right? So it will always follow your formula. Okay, so couple more things to add here. Um, First thing I noticed after I like put down stuff on description, description actually doesn't matter. It's like what people see when they look at the character screen. So it looks like this, yeah. So I go here, Azure. So it's what it shows here, right? So this basically like introduction for people to see. So so you don't actually need to like write down rules here. So what's more important is the definition part. So you put everything you want in terms of like how bot wants to behave in here. So I actually copy pasted my stuff on description to here. So the personality and background, they are all here now on the definition part. So definition is the most important bit when you are creating a character on c.ai. Um, as you can see, I read this to you before. Another thing is this, the changes actually worked. Uh, I just needed to basically refresh the chat. So I actually have to go to the chat with her like that. And then just click not here, press here like new chat. So it will like deletes all the conversations and start over. Then you will see your changes to the bot you made. As I showed you here, if you put it on like two underscores between anything, it will make it bold. Um, and whatever you use these on the greeting, the bot will follow your formula, your style basically, not formula. So I put it in curly brackets, and here's my chat with Azure. And as you can see, she follows my formula, right, on the greeting. Even though I write like everything all together here, she still follows my formula. And because of the greeting, and because of the system rules we add here, um, which is this one, the user response style never influences char response style. So be careful with those, and then you'll be golden. Um, Other than that, I think I explained everything in here. Um, like I said, if you are like a new person who tries to make their own character, this is like the basic template you can use. You can add many more things if you want to get more like a detailed character. For example, on the background, you can say like, well, she's single or she has a child. Her father name is this, her mother name is this, her father does this, her mother does this. Like describe their like jobs and descriptions and their relationships with her, with their daughter, with other people around her. and it will come up in conversations uh, when the context affords it. Another thing is, let me think. Um, so yeah, you can go as detailed as possible if you want here. Like you can say like she's single, she's straight, or she's lesbian, she's gay, whatever. Um, yeah, but this is like the very basic template that you can use. Always separate everything in curve brackets. You don't actually need to use curve brackets. You can just use regular brackets, or you can use the like the edgy brackets, like so this one, yeah. So it's actually a matter of style, but whatever you choose, stick to it, um, so you don't confuse the LLM. Um, but yeah, that's the basic thing you have to keep in mind. Always stick to like one style when you are creating bots. I know some people use very like programmatic language, like they write for example like um, let me show you like this Azure um, equals female, like that, yeah. And then Azure equals 22 years old, like that. So you can use this style too. uh, One thing I noticed when you use like this kind of very program language, excuse me, the bot speaks very formally, so it doesn't really put too much emotion when you are uh, using very program-like language, if you will. So try to keep it more conversational, even in your definition. Try to write it as much as like a story. So when the character is talking with the user, it will also talk like casually, like a human being more, right? So this is like one of the important things that you have to keep in mind. Um, but yeah, this is my CI guide actually, and this is my first bot. But as I said, I am using Crushon, and I'm actually very active on there, and they are using the same structure. If you are curious, this is my Crushon profile. I have over 700,000 interactions, and I have over 27 bots. I'm not gonna show it anymore because it is kind of uh, well, it's all NSFW. But I will drop down the link down below if you are curious about Crushon. Um, Check out my profile, and yeah, just like and comment if you like my video. Thank you so much, and enjoy your day.